Where Brooklyn at? Where Brooklyn at? Where Brooklyn at? Where Brooklyn at? We gonna do it like this. Every time you ready, check it.
Every fight, I don't care who you are, who you claim to be, what's your amateur background. At the end of the day, I'm gonna go out fighting. So you're either gonna knock me out. You know, I got nothing to lose in the ring. My name is Frank Notorious Galarza, aka the Brooklyn Rocky, and I got into boxing when I was like 17 years old. I started late in life, and then from there on, I took like some time off. 17, I did it for about a year. I took some time off, and then I started again when I was 24, won the gloves, and then from there I decided to go professional.
Because I'm a fighter. That's the way I'm made, Adrian. We can't change what we are.
I got Notorious. It was one of the announcers. I think it was with one. I had a fight, and the announcers went up to my trainer. He goes, "Yo, he doesn't have a, what's his nickname?" He was like, "Oh, he don't have a nickname." And they seemed to have a big following in Brooklyn. So, and then my fighting style was just so relentless. I just keep coming. I fought like a Mexican at one point. I was being trained so he's Mexican. I was fighting like that, so I fought with aggression. I just had that comfort attitude, that I don't care attitude. And he was like, I think Notorious fits him. He's a kid from Brooklyn. He has a large following, and he just fights. He's a beast. So it's like they were like, all right, Notorious. Brooklyn Rocky came about through Bruce Beck. I was being interviewed with Channel 4, and I told him my story, with my whole background, and I think it fit perfect as far as Rocky, because Rocky fought through adversity. He was a nobody, and he made a living in boxing. And I think that's what happened to me now. It's just like, through my adversity, I made something from nothing. I came from nothing, and I'm making something out of it. So I think that's where I got that name from. And I think they're both suitable. It fits. It works for me. As far as to influence my fighting style, I want to go with Marvin Hagler. I just, he could box, he could punch, he could brawl, he could bang, he did a bang. So I think, I try to like mimic him in a sense. I like just come forward, but be smart, move defensively, make him miss, make him pay while being inside. And if I need to box, I can box. I move and do whatever. So I think, I want to say Marvin Hagler influences me a lot as far as my whole style of boxing. What keeps me positive and motivated is basically my past, knowing where I've been, seeing where I was at, having nothing, where I was raised in Red Hook, just coming from that, I was always driven. And then from there, I found my faith. When I got lost in the street a little bit, I found my faith, and I found my faith in God, and that actually elevated me to another level. To understand why some of the things happen in my life, I'm a living testimony. Everybody knows the story. I lost my parents. I lost an older brother. So it's like, at the end of the day, losing people, you only become stronger. It just makes you know that at any day we could leave, but we're more than capable of living our life to the fullest. We don't have no reason to stop at just because, this happened to me, this happened to me. I don't make excuses for something, for a reason to not move forward. And the people, man, I do it for the people. They there and they watch me. A lot of my fan base, my following, I'd hustle with some of these guys. I was in the streets with some of these guys, and now they see that I changed my negative into a positive, and they look at that, they're like, wow, like, yo, you're doing it, man, you're doing it, I'm proud of you. They see where I was at to where I'm at now, and I actually inspire them because they know, a lot of them are older than me, but they look at me and they're like, yo, I didn't know you was capable of this. So, that's what drives me, man. The people really drive me. I become like an inspiration to them and hope for them. Like, yo, you're more than capable of doing something. You're not your community, you're not your past. You're not what people claim that you are. You know what I'm saying? You are who you want to be. You know. So just go ahead and pursue that. You know, that's what drives me. That's what motivates me. I don't train boxers. What I do, I am a personal trainer. I work for New York Health and Racquet Club in the city on 23rd and 6th Ave. So I am a personal trainer. I've come from boxing background, so I know how to hold pads and do mitts, and I got an eye for boxing. But I also help some of the guys as part of my team. We have a team, so when my trainer's tired or when he can't do nothing, I help him out and I do pad work. We all work together. We all try to make sure that we learn pads so that we could try to build off each other and help each other grow. Like I was doing pad work with my man Gary, and I know his fighting style. I know his kind of style, so I could kind of work off him because teach him how to work some inside moves and stuff like, little create, so I could give him a fighting experience, so I'll throw punches at him as if I'm the one sparring with him, so I can make it, more active and more fun for him, and he could see, he could have the vision and know, like, oh, okay, I'll create from here, create this, so I we all help each other out. But I do pads, I do personal training, strength and conditioning, the whole 9 yards. I don't know so much of the history. I know it was founded by Jimmy O. He started Styron City. He started working with the kids. He was working with Danny Jacobs, Curtis, Will Rosinski, Gary Starks Jr. He had all these young prospects coming up that you still see on TV now. He started it, I think he used to drive around, he'd see kids in the street and pick them up, like, yo, come on, let's go to the gym, and he brought them to the gym, so he established his gym. And I think that's what this gym is based on. I think that's why I was drawn to the gym, because, we have a lot of kids here, a lot of youth here who are, their surrounding is very negative. You come from East New York, Brownsville, it's a negative area. So to bring these kids to the gym is able to influence them, like they feel a part of something. When you think boxing, it's an aggressive sport. Yeah, it is an aggressive sport, but it's also family-based sport. It's such a small community that everyone knows each other, but it's never anything personal. We have fun with the sport, we love the sport, and I think it's just great for the kids. Those coming from an aggressive background who missing something, who need to release anything, and that's what Jimmy O started. From there, I took his concept and I actually, I wanted to start my own program in here, so which we have the Youth Fighting Forward program. And, it's based on the same concept. It's 5-pillar methodology, which uses boxing, MMA, counseling, mentoring, youth leadership, and work access. So we try to provide these for some of the kids coming up between the ages of like 8 and 19, during those ages. So it's a growing process. We're still working, we're still building it up here, but I think it's just perfect, to have that. We need more of that, because not enough of it, man. These kids are influenced by so much, and we want to give them a different outlet. We don't want to change their lives, we don't want to, but we want to change lives, but we don't want to force it on them. We just want to give them a different vision, like, this is what you can do. You don't have to be the best fighter, but in turn, boxing teaches you discipline, teaches you self-control, anger control. It teaches you how to just continue to keep going past the rounds and work, so that's the main thing over here. My name is Frank Notorious Galarza, aka the Brooklyn Rocky, and you watching Round by Round Boxing.